Welcome back to Harvested and Handcrafted. Today we are going to make a seared pork shoulder steak. That was a mouthful for me. And it's gonna have a beautiful peach and balsamic glaze over the top of it. All right, welcome back to another episode of Harvested and Handcrafted. We are here with Kim from Low Country Olive Oil. Okay, so you're here out at the Summerville Farmers Market every single Saturday. You're right across from my booth, so I get to see your beautiful face every morning. And you have an array of balsamic vinegars as well as olive oils. What is your favorite olive oil, and what is your favorite balsamic vinegar?
So my favorite olive oil is going to be this spicy mushroom, onion, and garlic. Has a little bit of a chipotle kick that comes in at the end, but it's really good to put over pasta. I like to make a white pizza and use it on the crust rather than sauce with some fresh mozzarella and tomatoes. And it's really good for just dipping bread.
You're so healthy. Okay. And what about your balsamics? What's your favorite?
The balsamics a little trickier. They're all really good. Right now, the peach tea is really popular, and it's good to do like if you grill peaches and put some arugula with some burrata. And drizzle that over it.
Getting hungry.
Yeah, I know. Another fan favorite is the white fig. I like to put it inside my grilled ham and cheese, like inside, so when you take a bite, you get a little bite of that.
I just made grilled cheese last week's episode, so that would have been a good little add-in.
They're all really great, like just on a salad as is. A little bit goes a long way.
I'm about to make a pork chop with balsamic peaches. So those peaches will get cooked down a little bit, and the idea is to add the balsamic and thicken it up. But as you're saying, it's already pretty thick, so I won't need to add it really until the end of my cooking process.
Like, I mean, it might not be as thick as what you're looking for,
but
that's
pretty thick.
Pretty thick, yeah.
That is pretty thick.
And that's the 18-year traditional. So not infused at all, just straight balsamic.
And they're all that thickness?
Sometimes the extract that they put into it makes it a little bit more liquefied, a little bit. But for the most part, like,
yeah, I can
they're
see
still
that one's a little bit
thick.
thinner, but still, it's still pretty thick. So towards the end of the cooking process, fantastic.
Yeah. There you go. That's the 18
All right.
year.
I think that's more of what I'm looking for.
That's the one you're looking for?
Yes, let's go with the 18 year.
All right.
We are here with Haley from Schuler's, and they have peaches just now coming into season. You can smell them as you're walking by their booth. It smells fantastic. So peaches just started.
Yeah, this is probably like our third week. It's the first couple weeks into the peach season. These are called Flavor Rich. They're yellow, but they are clean to the stone, so they're not free stones quite yet, but they're really good once they get good and ripe. 2 to 3 days on the counter, they'll be good and ripe.
So if they're hard, so you get them from the farm or a grocery store, so you get it from any of those places and they're hard, what's the best way to ripen them?
Just leave them out on a counter, or you can use a brown paper bag. Put them in a brown paper bag and they ripen fast.
Perfect.
And then ripen slowly in the fridge. So you can put them either or. It just depends on how fast you're wanting to eat them.
Okay. And all right, y'all, go see Schuler's, Ridgeville, you pick, Summerville Farmers Market, already picked for you. You choose, but get here early because they will sell out.
Okay.
All right, we are here with Amanda from Pritchard Farms. She is going to provide us with our pork shoulder steak. Where does the pork shoulder steak come from on the pig?
So it's actually what you would consider the Boston butt, or what you would know as the Boston butt. So they take that shoulder, and instead of making a large roast portion of it, they just cut into steaks.
Which is pretty fascinating, because with a pork butt, you end up cooking it for like 8 hours in order to cook it. This is a steak that you can just sear right on the grill, and it's good. You don't need to wait long hours. Very cool. Now you said you get your pigs are
they're Duroc pigs. Well, everything that is in here currently is just 100% Duroc pigs. So we normally will breed. We'll usually breed the Berkshires and the Durocs, but these ones just happen to be the purebred stock that we have, that we raised. We've bred, raised. And the good thing about the Durocs is you get a lot of that enter that marbling and, you know, that fat in the muscle. So it does not dry out. It's not like your, you know, conventionally commercial raised pork where it just gets very dry and tough. And so just take all of that notion, remove that from your brain, because this is going to stay really nice and tender and moist.
Yeah, so you guys lost a lot of your product a couple weeks ago now. And they were supposed to come out here to the Summerville Farmers Market. Unfortunately, their freezers went down in the middle of the night. They lost a ton of product. So we are very thankful that they were able to rebuild and come back out to us, but they need your support. So come out, support our local farmers, get them back on their feet from all their loss. And yeah, great product. We are super excited about having you out here.
Thank you. We appreciate y'all.
So first and foremost, let's go ahead and get our grill a little bit warmed up here. Last time we used this, we almost caught outside on fire. So let's not do that today. Okay, still sounds very angry. There we go. Now it's quieter. All right, we're gonna let our butter melt. We are also going to dry off this pork shoulder steak. And the reason we do this is because moisture and searing don't really agree with each other. So the moisture from the steak and the butter will kind of fight each other, and it won't give you a beautiful brown that you're looking for. So we're gonna dry this off so that way the moisture does not fight with our butter. All right, so we're gonna wait for that butter to melt before we do anything. And I picked up some Durango barbecue spice from Charleston Spice Company. We have already interviewed them, and you can look back at our previous videos for that interview. So I just went ahead and grabbed this without really talking to her that we were going to be doing that. Okay, I'll wash that off later. Just ignore the messes I make in the kitchen. All right, and if you want to, you can obviously pinch inside the bag and make it a little bit easier. I am sprinkling. All right, and we're just gonna wait for that butter to heat up. And while we're doing that, we're going to slice some of these peaches up. And sometimes you can cut around the middle and then pop out the core. These ones are a little bit firmer than normal. Okay, that's gonna be the way. So we're going to actually cut around the edge of them. Now, if you want beautiful slices, I suggest using those two ends for the beautiful slices, and then just popping this one in your mouth while you're cooking. Mmm. Oh, those are good. Those are really good. All right, so once you're done, I'll just eat those as I cook. Once you're done slicing, you can grab some brown sugar. I didn't really measure, but we'll say that's probably 1/4 cup. And I'm just gonna toss my peaches in there to get some extra coating in there and let those soak for a second. While I'm doing that, it looks like my butter is nice and melted. It's a sizzle. All right, Jesse, we need you to zoom in to the sizzle. Here we go. Are you ready? The beautiful sound. Music to a chef's ear. All right, we're gonna let that cook about 3 minutes on each side. All right, we're gonna do a flipperoo. It's been about 2-3 minutes. So we're gonna flip this over and see how brown the other side is. Ooh, ah, that is pretty. Look at that golden brown. All right, we're gonna let that side now cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll start adding in our peaches. We are here with Sharon from Sharon's Sweetgrass Baskets. She has the most beautiful sweetgrass baskets. Okay, first of all, I want to know, how did you get into this? Like, is this a generational thing?
No, actually, I had a natural calling for it. And one day I decided to challenge myself. And so a very good friend of mine gave me 4 hours of her time one day. And when she did, it was not a stranger. And not realizing I had a natural talent for it.
When did you start?
I started about 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago.
Okay.
Started doing it. And I have a natural born passion to do the sweetgrass baskets.
They are so beautiful. It looks like you've been doing them for like years and years. It looks like a generational thing. This is how perfect they are. So I asked you a second ago, and I'm gonna ask you again because I love this. I've always wondered, where do you source the sweetgrass from?
Actually, I go on some of the, like around the local islands, out in the wilderness, and collect my materials. I go to the marsh and cut my bulrush. And this material here is where the alligators live at.
Oh.
And from time to time, I have to go out in the wild and cut bulrush.
And wrestle alligators.
And you know, it's nice to be able to recognize the alligator dens. And whenever you have to go out in the wild and like also get the sweetgrass, this is another, this sweetgrass here is about 5 feet long. I have to go out in the wild and harvest it. And this is where sometimes you can find like water moccasin snakes sometimes will come up and you can see them crawling in front of you when you have to harvest this grass.
Ah, interesting. Now, does this stuff, like, is it brittle? Does it break as you're weaving it?
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does, but you're not just take it and pull it straight and get a bunch of it and work with it. It's very, very, like I said, it's about 5 feet long.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super long, see?
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yes, and I love
like
it.
just as long as my body almost.
Yes.
Yeah, it really truly is.
So I had to think of a really style to make out of it because it was so long. And so what I did, I made a wall platter. And I said, this would look so pretty, just having this grass hanging out.
It really is.
Yes, I love the way it looks.
As you notice, I've been like stroking the
Yes.
hair, much like Faith has done in my previous video. She just sits there stroking my hair. It's very awkward. Very cool. How long did it take you to make this?
It took me about 30 hours to complete this wall piece.
30 like consecutive hours.
No, no, you have to break it up because you don't want to overdo it.
Right.
So you would do like maybe 5, 7 hours and stop and then move to something small where you can finish. Something like this I would go to, and then I would put it down, and I would go back to this.
It's beautiful.
There's no way
Sharon.
I would sit on a piece of artwork for 30 hours because I would lose my table.
That's true. You gotta
That's
stop
right.
and eat and go to sleep,
Yes,
don't you?
Yes.
All right, Sharon, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you sharing your
Thank
craft
you
with
very
us.
much. I appreciate y'all too.
Come visit Sharon. She's full of smiles. She's always colorful from what we're told. So
That's
come see
right.
her beautiful, colorful outfits and attitude at the Summerville Farmers Markets on Saturdays.
Thank you so much.
All right. We've been about 3 minutes now. We're gonna go ahead and take that pork chop off for right this second. I'm gonna place it right there. And we're gonna add our peaches into the pan. You know what? Yeah. Come on. Come out of the bowl. You wanna be cooked now. All right. That sizzle. I was gonna add a little extra butter, but I don't think we need to. We still have some butter from, or some grease from the pork chop, which I think we'll add to it. And I'm going to maybe add a little bit more butter if the peaches absorb this grease, but I think that they're gonna be fine. So let's wait a minute on that, get these nice and caramelized. And then we're gonna add in our balsamic vinegar. We got the 18-year traditional one. So we're gonna add in a little bit of that. And then I had made a homemade stock last night for my chicken bog, which if you know about my chicken bog, I take whole chickens, I boil them down, and then I pull the chicken from the bones. I use those bones to create a really flavorful broth using celery, onions, garlic, paprika, thyme, and then I boil that all night long, and then I reserve the stock for my chicken bog. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this to the peaches and balsamic because as Kim was saying, our balsamic is a little bit thicker than what you would normally get from balsamic vinegar. So I just wanna thin it out so we don't burn it. All right, how's our peaches looking? Ooh. All right, peaches, you're looking pretty. All right, so I'm gonna spend the next minute just kind of turning these over. All right, I think I've turned every single one over. If you see one that's not turned over, don't judge. All right, here we go. I'm gonna add a little bit of balsamic. Now this did have some sweetness to it, so I don't wanna go too much. You can always adjust the flavor and add more balsamic if needed. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of that chicken stock. All right, at the same time, I wanna add my pork chop back so it can start soaking up some of that flavor. All right, Mr. Porky Pork, you get back in there. My pork chop is from Pritchard Farms. Thank you. Too many P's. And there we have it. Beautiful pork steak. All right, so now we have our magical dish.
We're magically inside now too.
Oh, we zoomed.
Yeah.
Clicked our heels 3 times and we were inside.
Magical.
I want to do that in August. When we're outside at the farmer's market in like 90 to 120 degree weather for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I just want to magically just
And be
AC.
home in bed. I like taking naps after the farmer's market. So mine would be in home, shower, bed. That's what I do on Saturdays.
I mean, the heat will beat you up.
Yes.
Well, we are glad to be back inside. The AC feels great, but we have a little bit of summertime right here on this place.
Yes.
We got Pritchard's pork, we have Schuler's peaches, and we have Low Country Olive Oil's balsamic.
That smells delicious.
Let's take a bite. I did do a little pre-cutting only because, I mean, if I just didn't want to cut in front of anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just never know what could go wrong.
Yeah.
It'd be a blooper later on. And I got 2 forks here. We got fancy, and we brought out the plasticware for our fancy event here.
Yes.
All right, Jessie, you go ahead.
Okay.
Dive in. Chefs never eat first. You didn't grab peach with it.
Hold on.
I'll mix it in my mouth. That's good. All right, you didn't die, which means I can try now.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's good.
That is good. The pork shoulder is so tender. It's not tough at all.
Take another piece.
It's really tender. The sweetness is, I wasn't sure if the sweetness was gonna be too much with the balsamic vinegar and the
perfect.
peaches. Yeah, it is not overly sweet. Maybe that chicken stock helped to kind of mellow it out. So if you have chicken stock at home, or I don't think anybody at the market sells chicken stock. It's like,
Yeah.
I need to sell some of my chicken stock.
Yeah.
And then, so wherever you find your chicken stock, whether you magically find it at my booth for some odd reason, if I get a little wild one week, or if you're at the grocery store, or if you make your own,
Yeah.
that's even cooler. Go grab some chicken from one of our farmers and boil down your own bones. And yeah, add a little chicken stock to it. I did do, which wasn't on camera, I gave it a little magic behind the scenes, which was fresh thyme. I just kind of sprinkled it over. That's what all that little green stuff is. Us chefs love a little sprinkle of green.
Yes.
So there we have
Makes it extra fancy.
Yes. All right. Y'all try this recipe at home. It is good, I promise. You won't regret it. And it's enough to feed too.
Yes.
That would feed me and my daughter, not my husband. My husband would eat this whole steak on his own, but me and my daughter for sure. All right, thanks guys. See you next week.
Okay.